Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are here. We are at Harry Potter Studios tour. We're a little bit early for our time slot, and it's a bit of a mess. It's a weird way to start this video and this trip. The queue goes all the way back out to security. I won't film it. You saw in the background. You probably saw the queue of people. It goes all the way back to security. We got here early, which was the plan, so we could have a look at the food options and stuff. But not like super early. We got here. We got into the studio tour at 11, and our time slot is half 11. She stopped the queue with the 11 o'clock people. And just told people if you're waiting for the half 11, step out of the queue. But she's not got like a speaker or anything, so the queue is miles long. There's a person at the back of it just being like, "Yes, stay here. Yes, stay here." Just a bit chaotic, but we'll take it. We're not. We listen. we're sat waiting. So just a hint to people that if you're going to come, don't just stand in the queue. Like, we've had a wander around there. You can go to the shop. You can listen to the thunder. You can have a wander around. There's some things. This is the second to the last day of the thing that we're doing today, which is the tournament thing. So there's a display just over there. There's some footage of, you'll see. We've been and looked at that. We've been into the cafe area. We've looked at the shop that we haven't been in. You can do all of these things. You don't need to stand in this big long queue for no reason. Like, it's a bit strange. But yeah, British people for you.
together 3 schools for series of magical contests. More of that later. Now, please join me in welcoming the lovely ladies of the Paul Battens Academy of Magic.
You're standing. Thanks.
And now our friends from the north, please greet the proud sons of Dance Flag. Attention, please. I'd like to say a few words. Eternal glory. That's what awaits the student who wins the Triwizard Tournament. But to do this, that student must survive 3 tasks. 3 extremely dangerous tasks. Let me be clear. Chosen, you stand alone. There's no turning back. As in this moment, the Triwizard Tournament has begun.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 and a half, 2, 1 3/4. Yes! Mind your head. Ready to cause a little bit of damage. I was about to say it's just one, but it's not. There's a second one come to join us, which means I'm going to need all of you to help us out now today. So one's at the ready, and let's go. Move number 1, number 2, number 3. Move 1 again, move 3. Start mix now. Move 2, move 3, move 1, move 3, move 3 again. Keep firing your spells at them. Very good, everyone. They're already having to take a little bit of a break. They can't cope against all of you, which means they're going to go on the attack. So we need to get our defensive spell ready. Create a small circle and hold it. Hold your shield in front of you, and now push it back. Very good, now attack again. Move 1, move 3, move 2, and hold the move against them as long as you can. Break. Very good, everyone. I'm just going to get out of their way, but we're going to let them in the joy. For now, what we need to do is we need to get prepared, because they're thinking of something quite big, I think, especially whilst targeting me. So we need to go to our final move. We need to get ready for the banderas. So all the way down to the bottom, all the way up, and step, and hold it. Make sure you've got both of them, as long as you can, and very well done, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. You have just defeated our Death Eaters. Fortunately, we didn't come up against Voldemort's best, just some of the rest. I think I'll hear about that one later, but thank you very much for joining us. We'll give them a round of applause. The participation trophy for the Death Eaters. But enjoy the rest of your tour during our Tribals of Tournament feature. The forest is...
为什么还有？
没有呢。 We finished the level on Harry Potter. So we went to Harry Potter Studios, about a month ago?
Month or two, maybe.
Month or two. And typical fashion, I remembered to film an intro because I really wanted to talk about the fact that it was really poorly run.
You did.
And I wanted to make sure it was filmed while we were there.
Yeah.
So I could show the how poorly run it was. And I don't 100% blame them. But I do. Like, people weren't listening. That doesn't help. But they weren't helping themselves by playing all of these audio things and not giving them, like, a microphone or something to go into the sound system so it would make it easier for that situation.
Well, and the fact that the person as you were walking into the venue was saying something completely different to the person who was telling you.
Yeah, and she just kept wandering off as well.
So you were getting, people were, in fairness to the people, they were getting two different instructions. But then also, they were just doing what every British person does. Oh, there's a queue, let's join the queue.
Oh my goodness, weren't they just...
Even though, they're like, the woman was like, right, I only want people in the queue with time slots for like 11 and half 11 or whatever it was.
Which is why then we sat to one side. And then everyone was like, proper like staring at us like, what are you doing when we rejoin the queue? Which is exactly what she was telling us to do.
The amount of people that were clearly not either of those time slots, and she was just going, no, I don't join the queue yet.
Yeah.
And then they wandered off and joined the back of the queue again.
Yeah. To a point, what else are they meant to do? But the whole area, you can go into the shop, you can go into the cafe, you can like... We saw someone do a video recently talking about their experience, and they were like, there's only a little cafe, there's nothing else. And I'm like, there's a whole restaurant around the corner from that Frog Cafe. But they completely missed the restaurant on the side because they decided not to explore.
Like, there were little bits to do with the event to look at as well in that area. So
because we went to the Goblet of Fire event. We keep talking about the fact that at some point I've done Christmas, you've done Halloween, and we're going to swap at some point, and we just never get around to the fact we do that because every time we talk about it, I don't really want to go unless something new is added. And obviously they've added new bits, which is why we went to see Gringotts and stuff like that. But when they do these events, that's something new, like because they add extra bits or there's more to see from those sets and things. So I was like, okay, I want to go see this, but they're going to stop that before Halloween. They would definitely be stopped before Christmas. So then it turns into we just end up going to the events. We feel like the more stuff they add and the more performance-y stuff they do, I feel like they're going to start maybe adding like an annual pass or something, and then maybe that's something that we look into, and maybe that's when we do these things.
Yeah, like, I think they're missing a bit of a trick, because I think more people would perhaps buy one or like have one than they maybe anticipate, especially with like the anniversaries and like every year you have Hogwarts in the Snow, you have Death Eaters. You have, I think there's normally always a magical creature. So even if you only got one for a year, like even if we only had one for 1 year, I absolutely would be like, well, let's do Hogwarts in the Snow then. Let's do, because it would probably work out cheaper than buying all the individual tickets.
It could be something to do with price, and that's why they've never done it. Who knows?
Who knows? If
Speculation.
we would be interested if they did. If the price was right, that's
100%. That would be a thing because I feel like they'd overcharge it. But we never know. The day we went was the last day of this Triwizard Tournament event, even though there's a poster, and I don't know if you've included it in the video, that is, it says it's the day after. That's not going to matter now because it's like a month ago. But it was very confusing. That was another confusing thing. I remember specifically saying to you, if you want to do this event, the day we can do is the last day.
Yeah, we went on the 7th.
So we were like, cool, we'll book it.
Posters say the 8th.
And even the people round the thing were like, you've come on the last day. But the signs say 8th, literally outside the door. Okay, whatever. Strange, like I say. And after that opening for us, and we've been multiple times. We've been once together, but we've been multiple times, and I've never had that problem before. Even when they opened up that when we went for our anniversaries, the first time they opened up that big hallway lobby area with the dragon.
Yeah, I'd not seen the dragon.
We'd never seen that before. No. That was first set up. Well, the first time we saw it set up is when we went for the trip where we got engaged, and we never had problems then. That's the first time we've had that issue. And last year was the hottest day of the summer, so it's not even like it was like not busy.
When we went,
but I'm wondering if loads of people cancelled because of the weather. Who knows? Yeah, there's a whole chunk where we didn't film for a while. But if we'd filmed, I don't think people believe us if they didn't experience it and they weren't around in our lives at the time. Like if someone finds this that doesn't know us and we tell them we slept in a tin can, we slept in a storage container that they converted into rooms on the hottest day of the year in 2022, and we didn't take a camera because we weren't filming at the time.
40-degree heat in London.
No one's gonna understand and like possibly not believe that, but we survived to tell the tale. But yeah, that was a complete side note. They've added bits of like there was like a behind the scenes bit. I feel like there was they toured a dragon around the city centres of like England. I feel like it's the same dragons in there. I can't even remember what it is. Is it creature something? I don't remember. But basically, you come out into the back lot, and on the left, there's like a special effects thing,
sound stage thing.
That was completely new, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a really cool addition.
Yeah, again, not sure if it was just for the
we don't know
Wizard event or whether they'll make it a.
And we got really lucky. I don't know if you remember this. That was one of their last screenings because we went in and then the thing got cancelled for the next one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the one after, like because we were then in the area for a bit and I didn't see anyone else. No. They kept just clearing people away. Yeah. So I feel like we got quite lucky with that, but that was really cool to see. I really enjoyed that.
And everything that they showed us was special effects specifically from Goblet of Fire. So whether it was just for the event or whether they're going to make it a thing.
Is there something now set up for the Death Eaters? And they show you how they do the Death Eaters flying through. I don't know, but and I liked the whole projection things. Like it's little things that don't feel like they should make a huge difference, but after being there so many times and then going to see the big model at the end, and they're showing the projections on the model and of the dragon task and things. I thought it was really cool. The one thing I thought was really strangely missing, because in that little video thing we watched, they were talking about the second task in the lake.
Yeah. The
first task was shown on the thingy. We barely saw any of the maze or anything to talk about in the maze. No. So when you go in, there's I believe we got footage of it. Like you walk in as if you're walking into entering the maze, and then that's it. They never mention the maze again. I don't remember seeing the maze mentioned once after that. Yeah, so that was a bit strange.
You sort of started with the last task.
Yeah, and then went to, depending if you even went into that side, if it was even working, you went to the second task and then the first task. Well, I'm not even fussed about that, it's just more the fact that, and then you end by putting your name in the Goblet of Fire, because that was right before the shop.
Yeah.
So it was sort of in reverse order, which doesn't bother me, it's more the fact that, but they didn't even mention the last task. No. Like, it's barely even spoken about. But overall, I thought it was brilliant. I had a great time. I think it's well worth the money. We saw tickets from way back. Like, one of the first times I ever went in, like, I can't remember the year, but it was like nearly 40 quid. It's now like 50 something, and I still think it's worth every penny. You make it like a full day. And I think it's good, even for non-Harry Potter people. I swear blind that if you have any interest in films and like the behind the scenes, it's just fascinating to see how much effort and detail they put into it, and then being such a fan of the films, knowing how important that was to us growing up.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
it's definitely, and the more they add as well, and you go and you think, oh gosh, there's so much there.
Yeah.
There is so much there, and the attention to detail that went into every single thing that is seen in that film, even if it's only seen for a couple of seconds, it's crazy, and it's so interesting. And you think, oh, they can't be anything else. They can't add anything else, and then they do, and it's just.
Like, I don't know if we'll ever shut up about the fact that Gringotts is amazing.
Oh, Gringotts is out of this world.
Like, I didn't think I'd be that fussed by Gringotts when they added it. An unbelievable addition.
It's the best set they've got there.
100%.
There's like
it's gorgeous.
No two ways about it. It is. You really feel like you're in
Gringotts.
But
I do wonder what they can now add that will make me go, okay, this was on par or even...
And this is the thing, but... you get people will say, oh, it's a lot of money, £56 just to walk around some film studios. The amount of stuff you get to see, the knowledge that the staff have, the different things that you get to see, because there are different things every time, and you can make it what you want. If you want to ask the staff loads of questions, you can ask the staff loads of questions. We didn't, but if we wanted to know anything, I heard people asking them stuff, and they know everything.
Sometimes they'll even. I've had situations where they've come over while I'm looking at something, they've mentioned something themselves, just because.
The demonstrations, like there are things like the green screens that you have to pay for. You don't have to do them; you can skip them. But there are demonstrations like the wand. I think there's a bit of footage in there of them doing the wand
casting and stuff. Yeah,
spell casting. You've got there's always some sort of paper craft thing. That you can
this
make,
one was a Hungarian horntail.
Yeah,
last time we went, it was the Book of Monsters.
Yeah,
so
which
did we
still
go
got
for?
Somewhere, which we made.
Oh, I know exactly where they are. I can even go get one now. So was the last time we went? Was it Prisoner of Azkaban? It can't have been because it can't have been 3 years.
No, it was just
what they were doing at the time.
We were just there.
Yeah.
I've been, and they've been teaching you how they made the troll bogies from the first film. That was when I went at Halloween.
Yeah.
Or how they make Fang's saliva, and there's so much that you get from it. It's not just going and looking at this was in the film. Like, there's all sorts of interactive stuff you can do. There's always a passport, and you get the stamps. This time, it's the same stamps in the same areas. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But this time there were like different clues to do with the Triwizard, and then a tournament, and at the end that you came together and it solved the puzzle or the riddle or whatever, and then you could put your name into the
it was right at the back of the passport.
Wasn't it? So it looked like the pieces of paper that they put into the.
One thing to mention though on that, take your own pen, because there was nowhere, we couldn't find any pencils or anything.
That was, which I think the last time we went there were pencils.
Yeah, I think there were. Who knows what that's about? It's the last day of the event.
Exactly.
So.
But those are all things that add to it. Like, it's not just, it's like I say, people. I think a lot of people might hear, £56, that's a lot of money. Just to look at. I mean, I'd pay it just to look at the set pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's.
We're very theatre-y, we're very into that sort of stuff anyway.
But
so.
The amount of other stuff that you do get absolutely is worth it. And like you say, even if you're just into films or knowing how behind the scenes work, it's really interesting. Like,
yeah, I think so. I just think it's a great day. And
it's a whole day. Like, if you book an early slot, like I think we went, was it 11?
11ish, yeah. And we came out about 4, 5ish.
And I think we came out of the actual tour about 3:30.
Oh yeah, because then we did the shop. We hung around for a bit.
And we went and had
Harry Potter. There was a
it was
ice cream, but it was Harry Potter's birthday cake as an ice cream. And I thought it was quite nice. You were a bit iffy on it, but I thought it was quite nice.
So I don't think we left there until like 5:30, 5:45.
No, yeah.
And we'd been there since about 10:30.
Yeah.
So it is a whole day thing. It's not something you're paying that money and you're only in there a couple of hours. If you rush round, then yeah. But even I think if you tried to go quite fast, you wouldn't be able to get around there like crazy fast. So,
no. So it's definitely one of our things that I would do multiple
day
times.
Out.
Yeah. What was I going to mention? There was something else I was going to mention as like I wasn't happy about this. Too much. Oh, there's stuff like the food. I'd take your own food if I were you. The food there is a decent price, but the menu and the pictures don't correspond. So I was going to have a chicken burger because the burger had cheese on it. It was a cheeseburger, and they're pre-made. So I was like, I don't want to cause an issue. It's not an allergy, it's a preference, and I don't want to be causing issues when there's other options for me. So I was going to have a chicken burger, which said it didn't have cheese on the menu. We went round the corner to look at to queue up for the food, and the pictures have cheese on them. So I ended up having chicken wings, which were nice, still fine, still not a bad price. You had loaded fries that had pickles on, and you were like, it's a preference, I'll just pick them off. They didn't come with pickles on.
No.
Stuff like that was strange.
So it worked out for the better for me. But
yeah, but if it's like, and if you've got an allergy, I'm sure they're happy to accommodate for that. I don't know because we didn't ask. But with everything being pre-made, then you're going to have a wait, which is fair because at least it's something. But it's when it's just a preference. I've worked in restaurants before, and I'm like, I don't want to cause an issue, so we just put up with it.
Just to be aware that we're not sure if what you get is what's going to be what's on the picture or what it says on the
or the menu.
Because if you are allergic to cheese, and you think, or or whatever, and you think, okay, the chicken burger's fine, hasn't got anything on, it might,
and we still don't know because we didn't see anyone eating a chicken burger. Another thing, I am a huge advocate for doing the audio tour. The first time we went together, you'd been before and said you'd never listened to the audio tour, and I forced you. I'd ordered it, and I was like, look, I'm not going to be upset if you don't use it. It's a £5. And I was like, it's £5, and trust me, are you going to love it? There's like numbers as you go around, and you can listen to them, or as I suggested to you, go around, and when you want to take a seat and just rest for a little bit, sit and listen to a load of numbers in a row. When we sat and had lunch that first time, we went, sit and listen to a load of numbers in a row, and you'll be absolutely fine. Because it's just telling you more information about those areas. And obviously it corresponds with the number and you can listen to it in that area and it makes more sense. But if you don't and you listen to it after the fact, it still makes sense. It's not like this thing that you're looking at specifically
there's
the second.
There's some things that like I would listen to there.
Yeah.
So like from memory, I don't know if it was the Gryffindor dorms or
maybe.
the common room. And it will say like
look
this
in that
thing
corner.
on, this piece of set.
I feel like it's Dumbledore's office is specifically
Dumbledore's
like,
office.
look at this
about
bit
the
specifically.
Memories that in the past.
Yeah.
But then there are other things that you
thing
could...
at the back.
Like,
Telescope.
But then there are other bits that you can absolutely just like wait and listen to sort of all in one go. Like costume, I think there's talking about costume, hair and makeup and stuff.
The extra
like that.
£5, it's fully worth the information you get from
absolutely. Like, if it was crazy money, then I'd be like, oh,
yeah.
But for a £5, it's to do once. Like, you don't have to do it every time you go,
But
I've
not to advocate for this. We were in there less than 10 minutes and saw two left on the side because someone had clearly gone, I give up, and they just left them on the side. And about 20 minutes later, they were still in the same place. If someone doesn't want them, just pick them up, use them. Same goes for the butterbeer tankards. We don't have any. I promise you, we've got 0. There are not 3 in that cupboard over there. Similar to there aren't 2 butterbeer ice cream tubs in that cupboard either for different reasons. Though one of them I think I did pay for.
You did pay for.
There are 2 now. They've added the butterbeer bar. I'm sure, but it's now been way too long for me to confirm now. If you order a butterbeer in the Backlot Cafe, you can have it in a little plastic cup, but you pay extra for the tankard. At the butterbeer bar, it comes in a tankard, and it's all part of the price. Some people, for some reason, don't want to take the tankard home, even though there's a tankard wash outside, and you're paying extra for the tankard. Because I'm sure, at least it used to be £6 something, like say £6.95.
Couple of pounds for that.
It's like £2 extra. And like I say, I think this time when we went, or it could have been even in the cafe at the beginning, they were selling the butterbeer and then you could have pay the extra for the tankard. But like I say, it's been a long time. If I find evidence of this, I will put a clip in. When we finish filming this, I'm going to try and Google it. And if I find it, the clip is going to go in here.
He thinks that it is still an option. I think it's not an option. I think what you've seen, people with the plastic cups, is the frozen butterbeer.
And I don't agree. But I do think we saw people with the frozen butterbeer in those. But either way. Anyway, so, but loads of people leaving those tankards everywhere. So they're just going to go either in the bin or in the wash, and they're going to reuse them anyway. So you might as well just pick them up if you want to. I didn't do that, but you could, okay? We need to make sure that I can still go back. You can't do these things.
I bet you're not the only person. No way.
At the end of the day, if it's a souvenir tankard and someone doesn't want to take it, like, we waited until they would buy a bin. Like, they'd clearly been cleared off a table by someone that works there, and they would buy a bin, and I was like, cool, that's no one's cup, and I'm going to just have it. If, theoretically, I did that. But yeah, I think thoroughly enjoyable, very much something everyone needs to do. We saw someone, this is a complete random thing that just popped into my brain there. We saw someone flying a flag of a dragon, but I didn't see them selling them in the shop. So is that new show related? Who knows? Because I know they are filming bits of it in that area. people have like got footage from it. But anyway, we're going to stop rambling. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope you enjoyed our little insight on the fact that we think it's very much worth the money. If you are unsure about it, hopefully this has given you some good clips. And even though you've seen a good amount of stuff there, it's so much different to experience it yourself. And obviously there are bits there that have been added that will now be removed for when you go because it was a specific event. And there'll be things that they'll probably add that by the time we go back, we won't get to see. So I feel like it's definitely worth it any time of the year. Whatever the event is, 100% worth it. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again in the next one. I'm determined to find it.